receiving your content. That means about to go live. It says I'm live, so hey, how's it going? It's a little bit of a delay. It's supposed to be faster. Oh well. I set it this time to low latency, which is supposed to make the time for the chat to be just a little bit faster for people. Let's do live chat. Let's pop the chat out. Yep, we can do that. And then we're going to bring that over here. And yeah, we're going to do that. Is there anything else I can do? There's nothing else I can do. Participants? Oh yeah, tells me who's in the chat. Got it. And so, yeah. Live streaming. Just posting it to Facebook. Live streaming for the heck of it. Come hang out and talk shop if you want. Posting. Live stream. What? Oh, how can I turn that off? Live streaming. Talking about video. I'm just typing. Video and photography. And ask me anything. There we go. Boom. And we will then. Oh, that's weird. Ask me anything. Yep, we'll tweet that. And then, yeah, let's see. So, live dashboard. Video output low, but that's because I'm not moving, so. Also because I hit a hotkey, which I got to stop doing. Let's go back here. I'm going to go into here. I'm going to disable these hotkeys because they are annoying. Oh, no. Clear. And clear. So, there we go. Live streaming, talking about video, talking about photography, talking about life, talking about Sprinter vans. Did that last night. Talk about cigars, talk about beer. It's Friday night. So, why not? Should be a little fun. So far looks to be okay. Not dropping really. Am I done? I'm not capturing anymore. That's working. And of course this one has stopped. That is genius. Why? Did it stop? That stinks. Been having such difficulties lately. Video capture device. There we go. Okay. All right, so we're back here. And so now I've got set up, I've got the main camera, and then I've also got the overhead camera. Ooh, we could talk about iPhones. Not. Let's place that right there. But I'm also picture-in-picture. That should help a little bit. Let's see, what else do I have? I also have web browsers. I have a wireless that is sticking me in the wrong place. So just kind of hanging out. I've never done this on a Friday night at 8:30 Central, so it's kind of a new experience for me too. That whole thing's about to get annoying. I don't like this. All right, so yeah, I need that. Gonna need these. Good evening, whoever just joined, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. It is always a potential for someone around the world. How are you? Who's out there? Say hello. Let's interact. Let's do some chatting. Oh, it's Jamie. Teach me about white balance. Sure, I will do that. So white balance is different in different formats, but white balance for digital is actually an interpretation. And an interpretation means it is how the sensor is remapping white to a color number in the grand scheme of things. But the sun is white. It is what we call daylight. Daylight, sunlight hitting you in midday is somewhere around 5,200 to 5,500 degrees Kelvin. That is the temperature, color temperature of that light. Tungsten lights, which are the old screw-in light bulbs that are not fluorescent, not LED, those are, they are called tungsten colored. They operate anywhere between 2,700 for a really, really old tungsten light to about 3,000 degrees for, you know what, I can demonstrate that. So hold on, let me grab this. My audio should be working so that I can do this. And I will plug this in right here. And this is going to go right here. I'm still here. Hang tight. I just want to give you an effective demo because I care so much. All right. So what I've got is the Hive LED, color LED light that I can change colors. What I can do is kind of demonstrate to you the differences in colors. So, okay, right now these lights that are in here are daylight balanced. Stream is over. I didn't leave. I'm right here. Hey, how fast is the response on this video? So I want you to type the number that I say as soon as you hear it. So 12. Okay, that's not too bad. Not horrible. So, okay. Turn the light on. Come on, light. Turn on. And we're going to get this light on. It's on. We're turned on. Why are we not blasting? We should be blasting. We are not. So just trying to get this light to demonstrate for you. Hey, Classic Man Channel, how are you? How is life in Atlanta today? Let me try this again. So, scan. Okay, found it. We're demonstrating color balance for Jameis and Michael out there. I'm drinking beer because it's, there we go. Okay. All right, perfect. Okay, so daylight balance is the sun. Tungsten is yellower than daylight balance, and tungsten is between 2,700 and about 3,000, sometimes up to 3,200, but it's a yellower version of white. It is still white. It's just an interpretation of white of what we see. Then you have cloudiness. Cloudiness starts at about 6,000 degrees Kelvin and can go to like 7,000. You can even get upwards of 8,000 or 9,000 depending on what kind of cloud cover and how dull and gray and blue it is. But it kind of goes 2,700 is fairly red to 10,000 is fairly blue, but it's an interpretation of white. For example, my camera is set to 50 5,500 degrees Kelvin, which is daylight. These lights that are right here are 5,500 degrees Kelvin. So if I turn on a light back here that is set to 5,500 degrees Kelvin, then, or is a daylight balanced light, the camera right there is going to interpret that light, that white, as that color white. Now, if I take and I give it a tungsten light, it turns yellow. However, if I were to set the camera to tungsten, then it would actually look back to that. And what would happen here is my skin tones, if I had white light here and I balanced to that color behind me as tungsten set to white, then these would turn very blue. And so my face would be bluish, my skin tones all would be bluish, everything would be off, which is why it looks so bad when you have it on tungsten and you go outside, or when you have it on daylight and you go inside. Things get off. If it is set to, if it's set to daylight and you go in and see like a tungsten light in your house, it's going to be very, very yellow. So you need to understand what condition you're in and match your daylight or your tungsten or your cloudiness or your color temperature to what it is. There are color temperature meters. I don't have one. They're fairly inexpensive, for starting at $300, but you can take a measurement out there and it will tell you what color temperature it is. Set your camera to that. That being said, if it is, say, 5,200 degrees and you set it at 5,500 degrees, then your color in your camera is going to be just ever so slightly yellower. What you can do in your editor, your LE, your Final Cut, or your Premiere, is you can go in, you can add a color correction to that, and you can shift the color temperature ever so slightly. Now, when you are shifting it in post, you don't have much latitude because the colors have already been mapped and recorded to the file. When they are going into your camera and you set your color temperature, they are being remapped on the fly and then being written. So you only have a little bit that you can push and your colors will start to take a bad look. So if you screwed up and you should have been set to tungsten and you set to daylight, you go into your editor and you change it back all the way to tungsten, then, or whichever way I set it, if you shift it all the way, then your skin tones and everything else is not going to look right. Overall, it would have the correct color temperature, but it's not going to look right because you don't have enough color information in the file. Now I'm nervous that I messed this up. Well, what did you do? What'd you do? Come on, tell Uncle Scott, what'd you do? I mean, you can fix it. You can salvage, but it won't be the same as it being set right to begin with. You didn't do it yet. Okay, so it's quite simple. On your camera, on your iPhone, whatever it is, if you go outside and the sun is out and bright and shiny, then that is daylight. So you set it for the picture of the sun, you set it to 5,500 degrees, you're gonna be fine. If you go into a house and the lights are that yellower color, then you're gonna set it to tungsten. If you go into a place of business, chances are it is not going to be tungsten balanced. It's probably going to be daylight or a combination of it. A lot of times businesses use funny colored fluorescent lights. We had that problem when we shot that interview. That's why I brought the lights that I did, and we killed the other lights except for those lights that were shining on the racks. Those were actually tungsten balanced lights, which gave that nice yellow background. So look at what you're doing and set your best that you can. If it's super cloudy out, then you're going to want to set it to about 6,000 or the little clouds. If it is sunrise or sunset. Set it to, set it to 5500 and let that beautiful golden color to come through. That's why they call it golden hour, because it really does give you really nice skin tones. Does that answer? Did I effectively help you with your dilemma of concern for color balance? And I'm going to change that to blue. Ooh, that looks nice. Or red. Ooh, that's a little weird. That's not anything. That's greenish. Ooh, yellow. Ooh, yes. What's today? Is today St. Patty's Day? No, it's not. So, I'm ready to record girls in slow motion. Well, line up the girls, line up the time, and let's make it happen. I'm going to turn that down. That's really blue. Really, really blue. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. Now we'll just do yellow. I like that. It's kind of nice. Gives me a little color separation back there in the back. What? Somebody's home. So, what else is going on out there, everybody? We've got 3 people. Classic Man Channel. You didn't answer. What's going on out there in Atlanta or the Atlanta area? I'm not sure which part of it. Like you're in Atlanta, Georgia area, right? It's if I saw your YouTube profile. Come on, Jamie. What else you want to talk about? You're not going to mess it up. You're going to do just fine. What you need to do is get you a real camera. What is the secret to make an image look cinematic? Ooh, yeah, so it depends. There's a lot of things that people say to do to make it look cinematic. So part of looking cinematic is to match what film does. So one of those things is you shoot in 24 frames a second, because that stutter in 24 frames a second versus television at 30, we're used to that. That is one thing you can do. They call it, in the old days, they called it the soap opera look when you were watching 30 frames per second television, and then movies looked normal to us. Our eyes actually see at about 30 frames or better, but we like 24 because that's what cinema has always been. So 24 frames a second, number one. Number two is everything else is up for interpretation. So it kind of goes back to what is the picture serving? What is the look of the film going to be? Because you would cater to that. To me, looking cinematic is not video. And by video, that would be taking a straight, like if you have like a G7 or just a DSLR or mirrorless camera, and use like the standard picture profile. It's not going to have the shift in the midtones. It's not going to have the right color balance across the board that film would. So you're trying to match the way film would look. People call it, oh, that looks video. To me, Sony video cameras or Sony cameras look video with their standard settings. If you go to S-Log or S-Log 2 or S-Log 3, it is more of a flat picture profile. It's like shooting log or red log in red. But then you have to do a lot of work in post. You actually have to grade it. I don't have a way to demonstrate, I don't think. I wonder. Do I have, I might be able to demonstrate here. Bear with me for just a moment, as this is going to probably eat up all of my CPU. Let me find, okay, so there, okay. Let me switch this here. Messages. Ha, Jamie, it blocked your post. I'm going to show it, but just this one time. That's not the secret. The secret is to subscribe to my channel. Now, I want to pull this in. I want to add another one here. We're going to call this Red Cine X. Test, test, test. How's that? The audio back? Great. So, okay. So you should have audio now, and you should see the Red Cine X. And because I feel like being special, I'm going to choose this one. Hey, look at that. I'm back. And then I'm just going to drag that up in the corner just so you can kind of see what's going on. Okay, so you can see Red Cine X, right? Excellent. Hey, a beer got delivered. Oh, let me finish it. Live streaming with beer. Okay, so let's see if we can demonstrate what these would look. Oh, can't look at it from there. I got it from here. Red gamma 4. All right, so color, temperature, tint, ISO. It's really, really dark. Oh, I've got a LUT on here. Just one second. Let's take that LUT off. Yeah, all right. Colors are all there. Good, good, good. All right, so this is the Bellagio fountains. And I'm going to kind of give some examples. So this is what, well, this is going to be hard to using red footage and trying to show what video looks like compared to a cinematic image. Classic Man says, I never used Red Cine X. Usually use DaVinci Resolve out of the box. Get Red Cine X. It's free. They're two different programs for two different purposes, but what Red Cine X is it's built by Red to manipulate Red log or Red R3D. What is the term? R3Ds, which is Red's compression-based RAW. you can go in here, you can add a light grade, you can color correct, and then you can actually take it and export out video that will work far better in DaVinci Resolve than putting red footage in there. Unless you have one heck of a beast machine, I doubt that you're getting very smooth playback playing red footage on your Resolve. It's probably playing back pretty poorly, like 4 frames a second. Resolve is not very good at doing R3D. But, so this right here, what this is an R3D snapshot. So you can take any of your existing red footage and you can take an R3D snapshot, which will then just give you a still that is in the R3D format. So you could then give that to somebody else. They can apply a grade, create a LUT, send it back to you. It's fun to play around. Now that's pretty much what it looked like in camera. Now, yeah, you use an 1/8 in DaVinci, right? Because it just can't do it. And it probably still isn't playing back at a beautiful frame rate either, even when you have it set at an 1/8. It's just, DaVinci is just not designed to push that kind of files. It's really designed to work with like ProRes and various forms like that, or any of those high efficiency, high editable codecs. So when, I keep clicking on the actual screen, when it was shot, I actually shot it in red log film, which would look like this. Now, Jamie, you were asking about color balance. So with RAW, I have the ability to, after the fact, go in and change the remapping of white. So if you see here, I set it to 9400 degrees Kelvin, and everything got super, super yellow. Those lights are actually white. They're actually tungsten-based lights. So if I set it down here to closer to 3000 degrees, they start to look a little whiter. Now we're going to go in, this is not going to make a beautiful, I just want to, it's going to be grainy. We're not clipping, there we are. So then I'll come in here, I'll take my blacks down. It's a little bit, I'm going to lift my, no, stop that, no, wrong way. Go the other way. That's you hate when you get them reversed. All right, there we go. Okay, so starting to look a little bit better. It's a little brighter. It's actually super grainy. If I go in here to 100%, that's the actual footage. You can see just kind of in that blue, you can see the grain that exists. If I set it to full, now you can actually see, this is full resolution at 6K. You can see all that noise that's there. And that noise is there because I bumped up the ISO to 2500. If I bring it down, the noise goes away, but then so does my brightness. So there's no way to win at that other than to do the best you can with what you have, and then add some denoising afterwards. Neat video is good for that. So that is starting to have a little more filmic cinematic quality, but I mean, it just depends on it's hard to really define what truly is cinematic and what is not, because it's subjective. What you say is cinematic may not be what I say is cinematic. What can I do in here? Let's lift some of the mid I can't do that because I keep grabbing the wrong window. Let's go in here and add some mid. Bring down there. Video output is low. No, it should be good. Not dropping really any frames. Audio is probably good. Okay, so then 2 to 2. What do you see on this image that you think needs to be done? What is it that you feel like it's meant to make it more cinematic? If you wanted, and really because it's so subjective, what do you want to see? You know. Come on, need some feedback here. You can do it. Let's see. What other could I do to this? Tint, ISO, flood. The color temperature is right. The balance is better. I could bump up just a little bit. Take this. Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough question to answer because it's so subjective. Did I come close to helping you understand what I was meaning at least? Let's see. Let's go back here. So who's left out there? Nobody? Participants? No one. No one is watching. Nice. That's all right. I'm here for myself. Just kind of hanging out. Well, let's see. So last night with my audio interface issues, I was having to use the H4n because the MacBook Pro does not have any kind of a microphone input anymore. Today I'm actually using a USB microphone, a USB audio interface going into the Mac. Now I can get the multiple cameras working with correct audio, and I think everybody's happier. So, what else is going on? What does everybody want to talk about? How's life in the big world? How is life? 2 people watching. Is the audio on left? I don't know. Is it? Is it only on? I don't know. Let me find out. I had to borrow an audio interface. Rog Vlogs, how are you? I don't think I can tell it to go. That's sad. It is probably on left. And there's basically nothing I can do about it. Even my chair is disappearing. Is there a way I can, maybe I can do that. Let's see here. Audio, filters, kind of learning OBS even more. Wow, I can put compressors on there? Cool. I don't know. Gain, nope, that didn't help. System audio box. Yeah, it may just be left. Everything is a pain in my rear. Yeah, I guess. You know what it is? it's designed so that I can have a guest with me, and we can each have a microphone. We can talk on either side. That's I don't know how to do it. This is not my permanent fix here. My permanent fix is coming. Amazon has accepted my order graciously and will be delivering it tomorrow, because it's been killing me trying to get all this stuff working. But how is it going out there, Rock Vlogs? How is Pennsylvania, right? Pennsylvania. Well, I want to know now. I want to know if I can do this. Unhide properties, advanced audio properties. Ooh. So, hey, is it now coming out of both channels? Did that work? Is that awesomer? It's not awesomer, is it? I have no idea how to know. I guess I'd have to listen, which would probably cause feedback. Yep, it's back. Okay, cool. Hey, I fixed it. Yay for me. So, what's going on? What do you want to talk about? I'm just kind of, I'm trying to get this configured right so that when I do whatever time it is that I'm going to be doing a scheduled live stream from now on, whenever that is, that it works right and everything is working as it should. Hey, check this out. I got, ta-da! Now you can see just above me, and look at me. Aren't I special? Yeah, okay. And then we can go back to there. So, anybody drinking any adult beverages tonight? I am. I just feel like an adult beverage. I got a big week ahead of me. I've got Sunday, right after the live stream, I've got to drive to San Antonio, and then later in the week I'm going up to Dallas, and then I'm coming back Saturday. So I got a lot of traveling to do, a lot of. Whoa! What happened? Stream complete. No, it is not. No. What happened? Stream resumed. Okay, now we're back. Wow, what just happened there? We dropped a whole bunch of packets, didn't we? We're dropping all kinds of packets right now, aren't we? Okay. I guess if I move a lot, it doesn't. Okay. Is it any better now? Oh, wow. See if I can bring this down a little bit. Stream output. I'm at 1500. Yeesh. Not much I can do. Let me, I might have kids using my internet bandwidth. Might do it, might not. So Rock Vlogs, what do you want to talk about? You're the only one on the channel right now. You're the only one. This stream is for you. It is 100% for you. So we're going to talk about what you want to talk about. I didn't prepare anything to talk about. Just kind of doing this on the whim. You want to talk about how bad my live stream is? the cutting in and out. It's 9 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, and apparently that's too much bandwidth. Let me just drop it down a little bit, see what happens. Output. See if that helps any. Live stream. 1,000. Yeah, I mean, the reason I was doing it kind of on Sunday was because I was having such a problem. Oh, wait. Whoa. Did that? Okay, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I was having such a problem with bandwidth out here, just in the country. So Sunday seemed to be a really good time that no one was actually consuming it. And I had fairly good luck late last night. I have now limited it, so my quality is probably not as good right now, but it's not dropping any more packets. So how does that look? Does that look any better? That I know it doesn't like my quality right now. It's better. Yeah, okay. It's probably more stable. It's probably not super awesome. If I start to move around like this, it's probably going to go nuts. And then I'll probably start dropping packets. So far it's handling it. So 1 megabit, that's what I'm uploading at right now. That's how sad it was. I was uploading at 2.5 megabits on Sunday. So, yeah, this is for you, buddy. What do you want to talk about? What are you going to do to up your production quality of your little videos with your son? He needs a drummer cam, like a GoPro, right on his tom holder, right in the middle, between the two toms, just pointed straight at him, so you can really get it and shoot it at 120 frames a second. That way you can get his slow motion hits. I think that would be probably be fun for your videos. Yeah. Been going here for 41 minutes, and it's lost a bit. Yeah, that'd be cool. You have a GoPro, right? You have 2 cameras? You had one, or maybe it's just one. Trying to remember. I struggle to upload what we do. I understand. But you know what? You're building memories. That's what I came to this revelation a while back. Canon T3. Okay, yeah. That when I was vlogging, and I'm going to be vlogging a little more here in the future, I enjoy going back and watching the vlogs. They may only be 5 to 10 minutes long, but it's a produced memory. So it's better than you go to Disney World, you put your camera up to your eye and you film a few things, or you film your kids a few times. When you vlog, you're setting it up. You're talking about what you're about to do. You're talking about, hey, my kid's going to play drums and I'm going to play guitar and this is what we're going to do. So vlogging is actually the best home movie format, in my opinion, because it's a GoPro Hero 6. Yeah, so yeah, you can shoot 1080 at 240, I think, with that one, can't you? So yeah, put maybe you don't do the videos as often, but make the one that you do really, really good, and you're gonna laugh. You're gonna come back in a year or two, and your son's gonna be like 10 times better just by practice alone. And then you're gonna watch the videos. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna share a memory, and then later on in life, you're gonna share a beer with your son, and life's gonna be good. And I mean, yeah, they're a pain in the butt, but they're worth it. I really think they are. GoPro Hero 6. I did not get these Hero 6. I was buying GoPros for a while until the 5. I bought the 5. I'm not really happy with the 5. The 5 is, I don't know, it wasn't much better than the 4 Black to me, because I have I go way, way back to the HD. And I feel like they just gave up after the 5. The 6 is a 5, like a 5.1 to me. They increased the bit rate just ever so slightly, and that's about it. Rode Video Mic Pro on top. How's that work? Oh, you did a video with this is the comparison, and your audio that you were using that was not the Rode sounded better in that room, and I think probably the way you had your Video Mic Pro placed, it was not pointed in the right spot. It sounded different, and it wasn't as pleasing to the ear as the other. that might be something for you to play with a little more. What else is going on? I just wanted to see if this thing was going to work. I didn't really have anything too much to talk about other than you need to produce a vlog with your son and set it up. Put a little bit of discussion in front of every video. Maybe interview your son. Maybe if you can get him to sit down and spend a few seconds to talk about what he's about to do. That way, you'll have the kind of the setup. Maybe put him on the couch and put the camera in front of both of you and kind of after the videos or after the song is done, talk about how awesome it was. Oh yeah, you know that time when you did this and that, and just kind of do it in an interview setting. And you could do like the behind the music for you and your son. I think that'd be kind of something to fun to laugh at later on. I think Friday night is probably the worst possible night to live stream. That's my guess. There's no one, no, not to say you're not anybody, but I mean, we're normally flying in with like 5 or 6 or 7 people, and oh, Jamie's back. We need to talk more. Yeah, do it because I mean, I look back. I mean, here I am, a video guy, and I shot the world's worst home movies because I was trying to shoot the experiences rather than who was experiencing it. So all my kids, I go back and I watch the videos of them. I don't have that much of them actually saying things and talking things. So Jamie, you're buying a camera. What are you buying? Tell me what you're buying. Tell me what you're buying. What are you buying? I hurt your feelings. So what are you buying? What are you buying? Come on, what is it? What are you getting? If you're going to buy a camera, Jamie, you should buy it off of my Amazon link. That way, I get a little bit of money to help. Nope, the video's not freeze. This is my sheer, utter disappointment in Jamie's response. iPhone 4. Buy a camera. Buy a G7. Or what would be a good camera for you? Let's see. You know what? Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to give it some thought, Jamie, on what would be a good video camera for you. I mean, the G7 is a solid camera. Where it won't do awesome for you is you're going to want to shoot at a higher frame rate than 60, which is the maximum it will do. Yeah, no, the SE is solid, man. Get the SE because it's tiny. It's very small. It's just slightly larger than a GoPro. And when you carry around an SE, it is pure attitude. Everyone will know you're pro. Everyone will know you mean business because you had the option of getting a 4, but you got the SE. You said, we ain't doing that 4. We're doing an SE. Leaning towards an A7 III on a 10-year payment plan. That camera is a little pricey, bro. I'm not so sure it's a good value at $2,000. But if you're going to buy it, let me know. I'll send you a link on Amazon because yeah, what is, oh, okay. It is basically, it's an A7S Mark II, but it is, it's not as awesome as it, but it's $2,000. $2,000. That is so much money for that camera. I just don't feel that's a good option. Honestly, If I had $2,000, I'd buy that GH5 right there because it's $2,000. And it shoots 180 frames a second. Ooh. It also shoots 4K, 6K. It made Forrest Gump look great. Didn't it? Don't 6500? I don't know what that means. Is that supposed to mean something? Yes, the GH5 autofocus has bad reviews, but the question for you is, how much do you need autofocus? You know how much I'm using autofocus on my camera? About 5%. A6500 is a good camera. It is. It's $1,399. I can send you a link for it if you'd like. You're going to have to buy a lens for it, which is not the end of the world. It's a good camera. It doesn't do high frame rates. I think it does 120 maybe. I don't know if it does. It does do 4K. It will overheat on you. It will overheat. So if you film more than 13 minutes on the A6500, ask me how I know. I've had them. Autofocus is my everything. Why? I don't understand why that's your everything. I've seen your videos. Your videos are not focusing that often. You're staying about the same distance away. And quite honestly, the GH5 can do that. Riding a bike with a person going in and out of range on a gimbal, then you're not keeping up. Come on, man. Keep up. Keep up with the bicycle. Or keep up with the runner. You can do it. You know, you've got to compromise a little bit. You can, if you're going to shoot at 30 frames a second, you can change the GH5 using their hack and get much better improved autofocus. But maybe you should play with the autofocus on the GH5. Maybe rather than read about it, because people always seem to talk more than they know, including me, play with it. Come out here and hang out, and I'll show you the GH5 autofocus. And then you can make your own educated decision. Or you can buy a G7. This guy right here, that's a G7. It's not on all. You know what? Let's play autofocus. That is a good call. Thank you for giving me solutions to talk about. Oh, you're going to see we're going to go right up here. There we go. Autofocus. Now, let's see what we can do. Is it going to focus? Did I switch it to autofocus? Did I? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't switch it. Shame on me. Is it set to autofocus? I can't read it. Autofocus. Autofocus. Oh, I need to go to continuous. There we go. Okay. Autofocus continuous. All right. Yes, thank you. Focus. That's really funny. It's not performing at all. I can't get it to autofocus at all. That's the G7. Huh. Let's try this. It's just not autofocusing at all. It doesn't have a switch on it, does it? No. There it goes. uh, Classic Man Channel, there is no warranty at all from my live streams, so I apologize if you caused your machine to smoke, but Scott Balkum and Scott Balkum Enterprises is not responsible for any action. It's probably your power supply, most likely. If it smells like smoke, usually that burnt electron smell is a capacitor, usually power supply. Did it pop or click or anything? Probably, yeah. I would guess it's a laptop. That's not good. Did the smoke come from the power supply or did it come from the inside the laptop? That's not good. No warranties. I don't do warranties. Yeah, you might. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? What kind of laptop was it? Is it an old one or newer? Ah. Well, as much as I hate to say it, it's probably time to get a new one, and I know you didn't want to do that because that's money you could spend on lenses and other stuff, but it might be a good time to get a new laptop. Yeah. I don't know why autofocus wouldn't work. I was being... Oh, I wonder if it's not... Does it need to be touchscreen in the middle? There we go. Let's try it. Let me try this. I'm now destined to get autofocus working. Not today. I mean, I can hold the button down. It's a little wild. It's usually not that bad. If you notice, it did focus. Yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah. That can happen, unfortunately. Gear is gear. So anything else anybody want to chat about? I didn't want to just keep everybody going on Friday night if it's, just an excuse to live stream. And everybody's got more important stuff to do than this. I'm just going to straighten my mouse pad. Dropping lots of frames now. Whew. Yeah. Well, all right. I'm probably going to end this one just because the internet is so bad and that's not fair for anybody. So y'all be good. Y'all take care. And remember, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions. See ya.